Sometimes our leaders have a role to play. Because every unemployed youth in this country is a time bomb. Do you imagine now that anywhere you see 3 boys in a taxi, you are scared? Unconsciously, you are scared. And if you see 10 youths now walking towards you, you start running without somebody ask you to run. That's the situation we find ourselves in this country. So the change will address all these challenges. So the issue of unity of our country is very key. And is something that this change would have to address, and quickly too. If you go to Jos, there's what is called Angwa Hausawa. I don't know if you know about that, Sadona. You go to Kano, you have Sabongeri, where Igbos park themselves. You go to Were, he say Hausa, Amausa. In a nation where we profess unity, but yet a Lebanese man comes here, he's more accepted in the north than his brother from the southwest. An Indian man goes to Lagos, he's more accepted than an Hausa man in Lagos. I think we should, as a matter of urgency, address the issue of unity of this country. The change must also address the issue of the structure of governance in Nigeria. And Lai Mohammed, my brother, here you come. The way Nigeria is structured today, and this is what the change must take, is a very big federal government with a very small stomach called state government, with a very broom leg called local government. Can you imagine a man or a woman with a broom leg, with small bulging tummy, with a big head? You will marry her. That's why nobody can marry Nigeria's economy. That's what I call the principle of kwashiorkorism in Nigerian economy. There's too much over centralization of power in Nigeria. So whenever this big head is working and there's breeze or wind of dropping oil price, then you see it moving like a galloping. This is why I introduced in Imo State reversal theory of power, which I call Onhashiarism. Onhashiarism is an Igbo word. Onha, the crowd or the people cooking, preparing food for one man. That man can never finish it. But where one man prepares food for the entire rest of the people will be hungry every day. That's what is called Onhashiarism, as against Ofushiarism. Because, take for instance, today we have ministries. Thank God that President Buhari has reduced the ministries. Too much of bloated. We have Minister of Work. Minister of Work will go to Owerri and award contracts of roads. And when the directors are moving here, they are moving with trans allowance. They are moving with the peripheral of office, flight ticket, sleeping allowance. And before they get there, they have spent another 20 million to go and inspect a road, which the contractor has not put about 50 million. The money that will be used to put another potable water. There's need to quickly decentralize power in Nigeria, so that there'll be more powers at the grassroots. In Imo State today, I have what is called, I'm sure some of you had heard it, the controversial fourth tier of government, which I call CGC, Community Government Council. Now, what I did is, instead of, we have federal government in Imo State, we have state government in Imo State, we have local government in Imo State, and we have community government. After family, the next level of government is community. And this is where the traditional rulers play a very key role. Let me tell you, lie. Anytime any person in Abuja, federal government, before steals, we're here, they stole $1 billion, $2 billion. Do you know, in my village, people think it's foreign money they have taken. Nobody has a feeling for that money because it's federal government money. In the state, when they hear a governor have stolen, they say, he took state government money. Local government, say local government money. But you don't dare touch 1 naira of a community. So we, Africa, I'm talking about culture. Our culture must be made to play in this change mantra. Because every society of mankind is created by God with their natural resources, human resources, and cultural resources. For no nation can grow above their human, material, and natural, cultural resources. For those has a relationship with God. Unquote. So we must bring culture to bear in getting this things right. Because what you do in the north, you see as the Sadona is here, or even the Esu of Nupe, what you don't do to a northerner is to touch his religion or touch his culture. And if they are allowed to develop with their culture, they will do better than this Englishman handover arrangement. So I propose that we should introduce 4th tier of government to allow communities come together. After all, communities are a group of people who share common interests, common pain, and who relate with one another. They know themselves. In Imo, kidnapping stopped today because of community government. In Imo today, we are planting 1 hectare of palm plantation in every community because of community government. In Imo today, we handle agricultural development because of community government. So there's need to decentralize power authority. This change will address the issue of education. Education is very key. It's very unfortunate that today in the Northeast, out of school children population is almost 100%. And the education that we have today is a theoretical education which does not reflect any practical realities. And I wish the change can address this. So many of our children now cannot go to university because they can't get JAMB. We have more thousands of children without education. What happened? JAMB will not allow them. And what happened? JAMB say you must pass English and pass mathematics. Who put that law? Who is making life so difficult for our children? That you must have English. What's the relevance of English and mathematics for you to do anything in Nigeria? For me, it doesn't make sense. Our children suffer a lot. That for you to read medicine, you have to leave your mother's language, study English before you study the mathematics. So you're doing double job than the child who is in England. Imagine where they say mathematics. They said in mathematics I didn't do well. I was used to be good in mathematics. During my JAMB, I was disappointed before I went back. But my problem was, one night I was reading, my father saw me, I put my legs in a bucket, took coffee to stay awake to read mathematics. And what was the problem? I was trying to understand English. So my father said to me, my son, can you explain this thing in Igbo so I can give you the answer?